Odisha is a medium-sized state. We are spending on sports much more than bigger states.
Any other states.
The two best
Is in
stadiums
Odisha.
in the world are in Odisha. We have got into hockey under the direction of the Chief Minister, and we have supported it wholeheartedly and made Odisha a global hub for hockey.
নমস্কার, সংবাদ প্রতিদিন .in আপনাদের স্বাগত। আমাদের সঙ্গে এই মুহূর্তে রয়েছেন ওড়িশা সরকারের ক্রীড়া সচিব শ্রী বিনীল কৃষ্ণা। আমরা সরাসরি তার কাছে চলে যাবো। এই যে আজকে দেশে যে ক্রীড়া বিপ্লবটা হচ্ছে সেটা পুরোটাই হচ্ছে এখন উড়িষ্যার হাত ধরে, তো সেটা নিয়ে আমরা কথা বলবো বিনীল স্যারের সঙ্গে। স্যার, ভেরি ওয়েলকাম টু আওয়ার শো।
Thank you so much.
Sir, first of all, I'd like to ask you about this Odisha story, how it all started.
So over the last decade, 8-9 years, so it started with the hockey. That is something very close to the heart of our Honorable Chief Minister Shri Naveen Patnaik. Then we did it with Asian Athletics Championship, and then we spread to all the other games. We have a lot of high performance centers now in Kalinga Stadium. So all this is happening under the guidance and direction of the Chief Minister, who has this vision that sports is for the youth and youth is for the future, and therefore we have to keep investing a lot in sports and for our youth.
So actually, is it because of Naveen sir that you wish to do well in sport? That's why you chose sport over any other, genre and all. Because you could have gone through any sectors of our society, but why sports?
No, the government is doing a lot in every other sectors, and if you can appreciate the point that over the last 20 years, when the government took over in 2000 under the Chief Minister, so at that time the condition of the state was not in good shape, whether it is financially, economically. We just faced the super cyclone, and the
Yes.
large
I
part
remember.
of the state was devastated. The economy was not doing well. There was a problem of even paying the salaries. So naturally, the first things come first in terms
Yes.
of how a government visualizes the needs of the people. So from then, we have come a long way in terms of being a food deficit state to a food surplus state.
Yes.
Now we contribute a lot to the nation level food supplies as
Yes.
well. Then we are doing very well in across all the sectors, including you'll be happy to know that recently even in IT, we are information technology, we are emerging as a major hub. In terms of the investment, industrial investment, manufacturing investment, we are second in the country after Maharashtra. So all these factors add up a lot, and naturally now we are in a position where we are able to invest in sectors like sports. Now that we are comfortable and the foundation of the economy is now strong enough.
Right. So as you just like you said that first Odisha government has started investing in hockey. Why hockey? Because of our heritage in hockey. Because we used to.
Absolutely. Hockey is something that if you look at Indian sports, the game which has given an identity to Indian sport
Indian
at the
sport.
global level is
Right,
hockey.
True.
We still hold the record for maximum number of Olympic gold medals in hockey. So therefore, the Chief Minister decided that we have to do something for the revival of hockey, because over the last 3-4 decades, the hockey as a sport has been on the decline.
Right.
We have not been doing well at the international level, and that's how we have got into hockey under the direction of the Chief Minister, and we have supported it wholeheartedly and made Odisha a global hub for hockey. The best stadiums in the world, the two best
Is in
stadiums
Odisha.
in the world are in Odisha. Whenever we have conducted the World Cup twice, back to back in 2018 and last year. So whether it's in terms of infrastructure or conduct of the competitions, international tournaments, the best is in Odisha. The reason why we do it, because we want to create that ecosystem where our hockey players will have the best of the facilities and best of the competitions, and that will create that environment where they can excel.
How satisfying is it to see, when you started the project, obviously you dreamt about it, you dreamt big, but it has become a revolution now, and not in India, I'm talking globally. Everybody knows how Odisha is working on sports, and it has become a global. right? So how satisfactory, how much satisfaction do you get? I mean,
We have started it in a small manner. We are experimenting. Basically, we have to find whatever is the right model for us, for Odisha, for India. So we are in that experimenting phase where we are doing a lot of investment in sports. But definitely, we have a long way to go. But sport is something that will create a very great impact on our society if we consistently invest in the long time, year after year. And the commitment of the Chief Minister in this respect is manifested in terms of the budgetary allocation that is given for sport. Odisha is a medium-sized state,
right?
and we are spending on sports much more than bigger states.
Any other states?
So it's almost like we are spending 1,300 crores apart from the CSR contributions towards the sport. And we are almost like double than what the next second state is doing for sports. So that's the pace and intensity and the scale at which we are trying to promote the sports. And it's happening not only in our major cities, it's something that we are doing across the state.
So do you think, sir, like every other state in our country should follow this Odisha model for the betterment of our sports in our country?
No, I would like to say that all the states are doing. Everybody wants to do something for the sport, and they're all doing. If you look at Haryana, Madhya Pradesh, Tamil Nadu, Maharashtra, they are like very good in sport. They have a long history of sport. The sports culture in Bengal, with respect to whether you talk about football, even athletics, so many other sports are there where there is a very strong culture of sports. So the contribution of every state is there in some way or the other, and everybody wants to do it. But then the context is entirely different. So when you come to the case of the Odisha, we are in a financially better situation currently, so therefore we are in a position to invest.
Right.
I'm sure all the other states are also in one way or the other doing it. But definitely we, as a country, the central government, the state governments, all the state governments, the corporates, all have to work together as a partners to make sure that the Indian sport reach greater heights. And in the process, we are learning. We have delegations coming from different states to our state. Our delegations go to different states. So it's a mutual learning. We have to, all of us are experimenting. We are still in that experimenting phase in the sports. And therefore, we need to keep learning from each other.
So what are your plans for the next 5 years? What do you want to achieve in the next 5 years?
So our infrastructure is something that we will continue to build. For example, we are in the process of building nice, good indoor stadiums. We are now expanding, just to give an example, we want an synthetic athletic track in all our districts, all our major towns, swimming pool. So it's a massive investment which is going on. And these are things that cannot happen in a year or two. True. So definitely over the next 5-7 years, this infrastructure development will continue to happen. And we want to strengthen the grassroots level, different levels of competition. That is where we are seriously lacking. While doing the infrastructure is one aspect of the overall plan, but having standardized good quality competitions at the block level, district level, state level, and the national level, that is something that will throw up lot many champions.
So one thing I'd like to ask you, sir, like BCCI, I mean cricket, they have started giving pensions to the former cricketers who are already retired from the game. So as Odisha is acting as a pioneer in the Indian sport right now, so do you plan giving some pensions to the players who have not benefited so much in the past?
So we do have a pension scheme under which currently almost like 500 of our ex-sports persons are benefiting. But the sports persons who are currently doing well, they all are getting jobs. So we have a system where if they get a medal at the national level, they get a job. So all that the sports person has to do is just perform well, and their security is taken care of, job security.
Okay, and lastly, sir, as we know that India is shifting from a cricketing nation to a sporting nation now. So how do you see this shift? And where can India go in the next 10 years, let's say 10-15 years, because if we dream of hosting Olympics in a country, we have to be the sporting nation first, and Odisha is working as a pioneer in that work.
So at a broad national level, we cannot call ourselves a sporting nation. But then there are pockets where sports is different types of sports is popular. But luckily, the younger generation do want to get into sports. So it is for all of us to create that opportunities where we have the right kind of an infrastructure for a child at the school or at the neighborhood level, then a systematic levels of competitions, which will provide him an opportunity to showcase his skills and win the medals, which will further give him that for the girl or the boy the further motivation to go into sports as a career. So these are the things which currently we are definitely we have a long way to go. The infrastructure at that level is not at all available. The competition structures are not available. So in a middle class, if you ask if you want to send your child for a sporting career, 99% will say no. So this and sport is also very expensive. So
This
somebody
mindset has to change, right?
it has to change. So as an Indians, we are spending so much of money on various things which may or may not actually be required.
Right.
As a family, as a society, as a government, or as a organizations. So unless we see that our limited resources, how we divert it towards the development of these sports and sporting culture, and make it as a part of our family culture.
Family culture.
That's the only way in which the society can move towards sport. And that I don't see it happening as of now, but hopefully it will change in the next 10, 20, 30 years.
থ্যাংক ইউ স্যার, থ্যাংক ইউ স্যার ফর টকিং
Thank you
টু
so
আস।
much. Thanks
আমাদের
for
সঙ্গে
having me.
কথা বললেন বিনীল কৃষ্ণা এবং ওড়িশার যে ক্রীড়া বিপ্লব তাই নিয়ে বিশদে বললেন যে সবার আগে বদলানো দরকার মানসিকতা, যেটা শুরু করতে হবে আমার আপনার পরিবার থেকে, তবেই ভারত একদিন খেলায় বিশ্বের দরবারে প্রথম হতে পারবে। ক্যামেরায় শুভজিৎ বন্দ্যোপাধ্যায়ের সঙ্গে রাজশ্রী গঙ্গোপাধ্যায়, সংবাদপ্রতিদিন.in।